You know what is strange about Venice? It is a city that honestly should not exist. Imagine someone saying, "Let's build a city in the middle of water, on soft mud, with no land and no roads." You would think that person is crazy. But Venice is real. A full city, big buildings, bridges, churches, people living there, for more than 1,500 years. So the real question is not how Venice survives. The real question is, why did anyone choose water to build a city? The story starts when the Roman Empire collapsed. After Rome fell, northern Italy became dangerous. Different armies kept invading. Villages were burned, people were killed or taken. So when attacks came, people ran. They took whatever they could carry and escaped. But they did not run to mountains. They did not run into forests. They ran toward the sea. Near the coast, there was a large, shallow lagoon. Not proper land, not deep sea, just muddy water and small islands. Wet, soft, salty. No farms, no stone, no fresh water. A terrible place to live. Which is exactly why they chose it. Because armies need solid ground. For horses, for weapons, for marching. But in the lagoon, ground was mud. Step wrong, you sink. Horses get stuck. Wagons cannot move. To outsiders it was impossible. To refugees, it was safe. So instead of leaving later, they stayed. But there was a huge problem. The ground was mud. If you build on mud, buildings sink. So they did something very unusual. They cut trees from mainland forests, brought the trunks into the water, and pushed them deep into the mud. Thousands of wooden poles, down and down, until they reached hard clay below. Then they placed many poles tightly together. On top, they put stone. And on the stone, they built houses, then towers, then churches. The city should have collapsed, because wood in water usually rots. But underwater there is very little oxygen, so the wood did not decay. Over hundreds of years, minerals from water entered the wood, and it became extremely hard, almost like stone. So Venice is not floating. It stands on millions of tree trunks that became rock hard underwater. The whole city stands on a hidden forest. And once Venice existed, water became its strength. Because Venice sat between Europe and the East. Ships from many countries came there, and ships could enter the city directly. Canals were streets, boats were transport, goods unloaded straight into buildings. No roads needed. Venice became very rich. The swamp hiding place became a powerful trade city. And water also protected it. Armies could not march there. They could not move horses. They could not find safe paths. Only locals knew the routes. So Venice did not need walls. Water was its wall. For centuries, no one could conquer it. But today, the same water is a danger. Sea level is rising. Flooding happens more often. Buildings slowly sink. The water that saved Venice now threatens it. And that is the truth about Venice. It was never planned. It started with fear. People running from war, running to the only place armies could not follow. And instead of leaving, they stayed. They built, and they turned a muddy lagoon into one of the most unique cities in the world. Venice exists today because long ago, people chose safety and built a city in the sea.